Alex Han Solo here, ready to do a market recap and NFT overview. Today we'll highlight Shibaswap with the highlight being around Shiboshis. So Shiboshis have been announced that they are being launched today. If we go to Shib's announcement channel, they said they will be releasing it on October 14th, only with leash. Mint will be available at first day. So whatever that means, it's kind of like a riddle. So we might try to solve that today a little bit. When they say Thursday, I imagine that will have to be true for everywhere in the world if that's possible. So we'll try to spot where that's at. Um, and that could be 6 a.m. UK time or 6 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, as long as it's not past midnight somewhere in the world. And most likely we will be close to dawn at first day. What else could this mean? $100 SHIB burn is to change the name of the dog of the NFT, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Um, but some people are going to probably try to name it Shiba, and those ones will probably go for the most. So if you're first in, uh, it would probably be a good idea to name it something that will be popular, like Doge Killer, and that would be a good name to get. The person who pays the most gas to change the name um, is the one who basically gets the name. I'm not sure if you need SHIB to do the burn, but I imagine we would need to have at least $100 worth of SHIB in the wallet to uh, change the name, whatever that is, whatever the price is at that time. Here you can see the official link at Shiboshi's Shibaswap. That's basically here. When you click more info, it takes you to that link. Um, Again, it says coming soon. You can have an auto refresher on this page. You can download, you can just Google auto refresher, Chrome extension, and find one. Easy auto refresh is one I tried. It looked like it worked, but uh, the team or the website kicked me out and realizing it was a bot. So don't do it every minute, maybe do it every 15 minutes. Um, you want to kind of keep an eye on it because they will not announce the time. And these will probably sell out within 5 to 10 minutes at most, maybe even 1 minute. So if you're not clicking buy within the first minute, um, people are going to be trying to mint 10. And there was 14,000 people online on this Discord channel. It doesn't say here, but if you just grab that invite link and take a look, you'll see 12,000 online right now out of 115,000 members. Um, a lot of them are going to try to mint a lot more than one, and there's only going to be 2,000 available in the first launch. Basically, it is going to be a scramble. Forgot where they mentioned that. Might be in their tweet, but if we just search for um, the main crew, um, this. So basically, it's going to be zero point 0.1 Ethereum worth of. So you have to have leash for the first day, and you need to have zero point 0.1 Ethereum worth of leash, uh, uh, and so that's about $400, I guess, or $400 worth of leash to be safe. And we got in a little bit at the peak. Leash went from 2,000 to 3,200 in a couple days. How would we chart that? Um, it's hard to chart leash on anything right now, other than just looking at coin swap. Um, we might be able to on dextools.io, I think is the site. and we might be able to chart leash on here. There we are. There we go. Nice. We got a USDT pair here. We just look at maybe an hour chart. It'll show you what's been going on. It was $800 at the beginning of October, basically over 4x to 2800, 5x at one point to 3200. Bone 4x now is back to only 1.2x. So hopefully this doesn't rocket back down um, before the launch, but the launch is within the next 24 hours, so it will likely um, get back to that 3200 level. Not sure why it's not showing those candles on here. Yeah, it's not the best tool, I guess. How much are people buying? Little bits. People are wasting fees on these little bits. Um, yeah. Anyway, we could try to add on some indicators just to see what we're dealing with. ADX, RSI, obviously is important. Oops. And MACD, maybe something with volume. I don't know. Not familiar with these ones here. We probably want like a 2 hour or 4 hour one. We are in the way over bought range, so this was kind of a bad time to buy. Um, but even this was supposedly at 1100, um, and then it went to 700. So as far as what kind of action do we see between RSI up here and down here, if it drops down to this again 12 level, it would be going from like 1200 again to 800, about a 30% drop. So it could easily get down to that 2000 level um, in the short term, shortly after the minting, um, especially because you only need it on the first round. So I would pay attention there. Um, we do have some interesting MACD stuff going on here. We do see the crossover happening, but I do imagine it's going to continue up. I kind of see this continuation or green where this red is hopefully skipping. Hard to see this blue. So you do see a crossover, but now it's quickly retracing back, dip getting bought, just like here, and then for the second round. Anyway, um, yeah, should have got leashed a few days ago, but right now it's a decent dip. Gas fees were pretty up there. Um, gas estimator. So you do see it's still around $90 probably on Uniswap and things like Shibaswap. Shibaswap might be a little bit less, around 70 bucks. Um, but you're looking at 400 plus 100 minimum. Most likely the gas will be between $200 and $300. So you're looking at $700 for this initial Shiboshi, and the first 2,000 will be released at zero point 0.1 Ethereum, and then the next three will be at zero point 0.2, and then the next four will be at zero point 0.3 or something like that. Um, got where I saw that minting cost. Shiboshi point 0.1 E, point 0.2 E. And they did say it was a variable. I'm not sure the point 0.2 on the next ones is set in stone. Um, Here's a good Medium article we can look at. It's the Shiboshi game, um, 0.1 Ethereum. So the first 3,000, and then the next 5,000 will be 0.2 ETH, and then the final 2,000 will be 0.3 ETH. Um, and these for 24 hours, and the final 2,000 will be um, interesting. I don't think this is correct that it's for the first 24 hours. I think it's at least for the first 24 hours of the first um, releasing, not of the second and third releasings. So anyway, but you do see that there. It looks like the price could be set in stone and like that. But basically what that means is this is going to be $700. So you should be willing to spend up to $700 with gas here, because without the gas, that's going to be the cost there. So they're basically trying to help people bear the gas cost by building that into the value by making that the cost of the minting at that next stage. And then when these guys mint, once there's a 2,000 more minted at 0.3, these guys will already be at break even. And when these guys mint, once everybody sees how fast this is growing, they're going to be willing to buy it, and then these guys will quickly get to break even. And people will not sell below mint, and so Shiboshi did a great job with this strategy. Um, yeah, I would pay attention to that. What will be interesting is trying to monitor a project like this on something like Nansen, where you can actually track um, various projects. Here I'm tracking VFriends. Obviously, I have a zombie from VFriends that got up to 40K. Now they're only worth maybe 10 Ethereum, so about 35K. Um, it was um, 12.6 a day ago, so it's a nice dip to get one of these today, actually, like 1 or 2 Ethereum cheaper. Um, in the last day, 54 Ethereum traded, 25 transactions in today at this dip. So this dip is getting bought. It was only 20 yesterday. Um, so several of them getting more than one. Um, Great stuff to see here. You just get the contract address. For example, you Google VFriends Etherscan, you grab their contract address here. You get an account with Nansen.ai, and you paste it into here with NFT God mode, NFT address. Um, Great tool. Been looking for something like this for a while. You can also see on Lunar Crush what's being really promoted right now. You see leash up here, you see Dogecoin. Um, there was Shiba on here. I saw there's Bone. Basically, what's bringing it up on these charts, and we see social engagement, social contributors. How many people are sharing links about it, Twitter volume, Reddit volume, and so lots of great ways to see. Um, so this is the Galaxy score for social engagement. I've got a few different things here. Bearish defines the correlation between social engagement and coin price. Very cool. Strongly recommend Lunar Crush as well. To get leash, some people are wondering, can I get it through Coinbase? If you're going to do it through Coinbase, I'd recommend, getting XLM here. Um, and then when you get that, you can send it. Make sure you have money in your bank for at least 5 days. Otherwise, they won't let you send it right away. And if it's your first time sending out of Coinbase, they only let you send the amount once before they kind of make sure it's you sending it. So don't really do a test transaction your first time. Just make sure you get everything right. But you would just send all, go to a place like, I mean, this is the cheapest way. I would send XLM to KuCoin first because it's cheaper to send Ethereum from KuCoin to MetaMask. The goal is to get Ethereum inside MetaMask. You would just get a MetaMask Chrome extension here. Um, you just Google that, for example. But um, this one is the MetaMask Chrome extension that you'd add to your browser. But once you have that XLM sent to either, well, if you're sending it to MetaMask, you'd want to send Ethereum directly to MetaMask. But if you're sending it to KuCoin, I'd get XLM. You'd go to your assets, you'd grab your XLM address, click deposit, agree to understanding the memo is not optional, even though it's optional at the blockchain level. And once you copy your address and your memo, you would just paste your address in here and your memo in here and send it. And then it would just take less than a minute. You would transfer your assets in here. You'd go to your main account. You'd go to your XLM. You would transfer it to your trading account. You select all. Then you'd have to go to your trading account, go to spot trading. Then you would sell your XLM for USDT. And then you'd buy your Ethereum. Transfer it back to your main account. And then withdraw it to your MetaMask wallet. Obviously, to save $5 or $10, that would be the way to go. If you do this a lot, that's what I would recommend. But here you would choose, who's buying it, just choose that, choose 100, sell, and then you would go to your Ethereum USDT pair. Then you would grab who's selling it for that price, select 100%, click buy, and then again, you go back to your assets, go to your trading account, select Ethereum transfer, go back to main, withdraw. And then you just copy your Ethereum address straight out of MetaMask. So let me get logged in here really quick. I haven't imported the wallet into that browser yet. But basically, you would just copy it out of here. And that's how you get your address to send your Ethereum. But basically, you go to your Ethereum, you would then transfer it back to your main account, select all, confirm, go back to your main account, go back to Ethereum, withdraw, and this is where you would withdraw to that address on the ERC20 network, max, set your remark. The fee here is just 0.01 ETH or 0.001, something like that. So again, strongly recommend it. Otherwise, if you were here, you would just choose your Ethereum. One, you click send. You would choose Ethereum down here. And then you would send it to that same address out of MetaMask. You just copy it from here and then paste it in there. And once you get it, you would have to then go to Shibaswap, go to swap tokens, and then connect your wallet. And once you connect your wallet, since that's not connected there, let me share on this one. There we go. Now, you just select leash down here. Price for the gas was a little bit cheaper compared to Uniswap, but here we would, for example, select, I would just do like 0.12 ETH or 0.11 ETH to be safe, maybe even 0.125, I don't know. And then you would have your leash in your MetaMask, but you wouldn't see it right away until you import it. You'd have to go import the one down here. Now, you would then click custom token, and then you would find the leash contract address. And if you would do like a Binance Smart Chain one, you would do BSC scan. I'm sure every chain has its own scanner. You would make sure you're looking at the right one. Looks like it. You'd grab the address, you'd paste that in here, and you would see leash pop up and you'd be able to add it. And then you would know that it's in there. Otherwise, you'd see your balance in here. So that's basically how you would get the leash in your wallet. The announcement does say they're going to have the NFTs be minted on this site. So I would keep an eye again on this site. Moving on to quick market overview. We are in the process of making an NFT collection with our calls to make an educational NFT that is the first of its kind and really high quality and art that took a long time to make. Because it's been in the making for about 8 months. We're almost on, the 183rd call, I think, coming up here. Basically, this Elliot correction, I could basically call it here, so I'm going to. So we had this Elliott wave drawn a week or so ago. A day or two ago, I was measuring out that these bars here, this orange bar being 31 out of 50 is the 0.618 correction time frame for the Fibonacci ratio that is appropriate for this two-wave to have then ended. And we did have a couple of these other targets down there that would have basically nullified this Elliott wave, and we would have drawn some other patterns at that point. But because it didn't hit, we know it's going on this Elliott 3 wave. So I would just basically circle this. We'll make it purple. Actually, light blue's fine. We're going to just tag that right here. 183. So we're on our 183rd call. So what does that mean for us? I strongly believe we're on this three-wave up to 4,000. That would be quite amazing, quite awesome. So be on this wave before this gets here. And the only reason this is shorter is because this first wave was an extension. Otherwise, the third wave is usually longer. But do it like this, have a conservative goal, still have this 4.8 target up there. At this point, we have been going up for the last 16 hours on this momentum. ADX, not even really popping yet. Has gone down on this upswing, so maybe we'll see some sort of retracements here. You're seeing a little bit of slowing down here. The ADX momentum did really rock it. We did get to the oversold RSI range. I do want to see some other indicators here. Lots of strong volume up here. Probably won't drop 3,500 in the short term. Might retest 3,500 if it needs to retest this, but more than likely it's going to just retest up here and keep going. Is that what we see on several of these? Yeah, I do imagine it's going to hit the top up here about 38 before it does any significant bouncing. So short term, I see 38, and if that was the one wave of the three, because that'd be too short of a three wave. So if that was the one wave of the three, we'd probably be on the three wave extension and this 3 would actually be higher. So we are getting a nice run up on this 3-way. I might be adding in some into Ethereum tonight, actually. So as far as what else we got looking for us, we are past 2.4 T. That is an important level for us to be above. And we are at this little bit of resistance up here. We could retest this 2.38 T, but anything above 2.3 is pretty bullish. Nothing to worry about. We just really didn't want to hit these levels down here. And we already did at this 182 mark. So that's when I wasn't too worried about getting much lower when we already hit some of those targets. Um, at least not yet. So if we want to get a better look at, Ethereum long and Bitcoin long, they still have some movement in them. Sometimes you see a little bit more pronounced of a trend or earlier signal on the 3x long KuCoin leverage tokens. We do see this will probably retest this 1.18 range, um, although it already dropped that one, so not too worried about that with this momentum really curving up. We are kind of seeing a little bit of a whale move here. It's a little bit of a steep incline. It's almost like this was a whale injection, um, but I think this green curve is a little bit more appropriate. If I were to draw it, I'd probably draw it like this. And so we have at least to here. And then that would mean we're going to have the natural red with the green injection, is what I would imagine tomorrow, or I mean the next few days. Bitcoin dominance. And I usually draw those whale moves on the 3-hour. What is Bitcoin dominance doing? It's really hugging this neutral range. You see, I drew this range for a while. What is it like so much about it? It came up to it, it retested it, it broke past it, it dropped it, it retested, it broke to the top of it, now it's stuck in it. So this is probably where Bitcoin's going to stay for a while, in this 45.5 range, and that would be nice because that's not too low, that's not too high, and a lot of other things can kind of be moving in the back. Ethereum dominance, we do see that breakout coming back to 18% and likely 18.3, and that would get us back to some nice levels before the drop. Really, we'd be looking at 18.5. That's kind of an ideal target. Some sort of retest up here based on this regression channel dotted line, and that would be, either the end of the 1 or the 2 or the 3 wave. We do see a lot of this RSI getting that past that 50 point. That's really important. USDT continuing to drop, thankfully. So have enough cushion here to rise up and keep retesting, keep dropping some more. I had this target, but we didn't break out of this, so I'm ignoring that target. What else should you guys get? Comp is still cheap. Storage is dipped. Maddox, okay. XTZ keeps coming up. CTX is rising. Link's already up. Maker might do something. 0x started to rise again. I'm looking at SNX. Here it's already started to make its moves from this morning's call. Yeah, Dot really blew through the roof today. So be watching out for Dot. That'll probably hit 150 at some point, I imagine. Anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. Have a good night.